All right. So, yeah, welcome to Wire Rush Racing. I'm Charlie Hawkins. I'm here today with Ian Hanners. Ian, how are you today?
Fantastic. How are you, sir?
We're doing quite well. Well,
That's all I'm talking about.
yeah, I'm doing quite well. I got a little bit of a. This is more of a precautionary measure here now. I got the call from the doctor.
There you go.
Not broken.
There you go. So was it just sprained?
I don't know. It hurts. So yeah, maybe.
It hurts, so you got it in a brace.
So I put it in the brace.
Smart move.
Because I went to the doctor. I saw the X-ray. I didn't visibly see anything broken. But I was like, well, it still hurts to move it. And so I went from there. Went to the medical supply store. Bought this to kind of help just keep it a little more isolated.
I can see that.
And so yeah, and then so a little worse for the wear after the weekend. But you know what? I'm here. We'll get more into this here in a bit, but a few things, a little bit of housekeeping here. We're on Enduro Talk. This is live, so if you're watching, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. If you're listening, awesome, thank you. It's on Spreaker. You can watch it on Facebook, on YouTube, and share it. Tell your friends, tell people about it. We got Bob watching. Good, thank you, Bob. But yeah, so spread the word because I'm trying to spread the word. I haven't promoted this like on Facebook.
Gotcha.
I made my account a business account.
Oh, there you go.
So now pretty much every post that you do, it's saying promote this post, and I'm like, no, I'm cheap.
Completely understandable.
I'm not spending $20 for I don't know what results. I'll just try to put good content, recruit you guys out there to spread the word and say, hey, Charlie Hawkins, Ian Hanners, Enduro Talk right now. Check it out. So, but no, that's kind of what's going on. And just, so yeah, thank you. And of course, if you got questions, this is one thing I think is kind of fun is if you got questions for me, you got really two ways to get it out there, or not just me, also Ian. And then coming up, I haven't mentioned that yet. Who we have coming on yet, do we?
No, you have not.
We have Liam Draper. And I don't know if you guys know who that is or not, but I certainly do because he's a
very fast Pro 2 guy in the National Series.
Ripping fast Pro dude. He is racing for Tele Energy, KTM. And so, I mean, that's just a ripping team they have going on right now there. And he's actually a Kiwi. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Did not know that.
He is. And so I'm looking forward to talking to him. And so that's coming up. But so if you have questions for Liam, also get him on here, and we'll try to get those questions asked as well. So lots of fun stuff coming up. Looking forward to it, and I think that's it for my plug right now. We'll do a few more later as we go on. But yeah, share it, let people know, have fun. Thank you. All right, so Ian, how are you, bud?
I'm doing fantastic. Couldn't be better.
Fantastic, couldn't be better. Well, why is that?
Well, I don't know. I'm just
because he's here.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing's more fun than being down here talking about dirt bikes and racing.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
There you are. So no, you're in the midst of transferring jobs. You're looking forward to that?
Oh, for sure. Weekends off. I'm gonna ride my dirt bike more. Gonna film more videos coming soon.
Well, we haven't mentioned that yet, have we? Tell us a little bit about what's going on. What do you say, videos?
Videos, just like race videos, riding videos, just whatever I can film on the weekends and get out, to my YouTube channel.
And look in the screen right now. You'll see it scrolling across the bottom. No Bad Days Films.
Go subscribe to me on YouTube.
Subscribe to me on
YouTube. I would really appreciate it.
Yes, you would. It's pretty cool because I mentioned we've had you. You were actually my first guest I ever had on Enduro Talk. And when I was like having Enduro Talk, I'm like, who is somebody that is just super comfortable, is out there having fun, and that's Ian.
Yeah, I'm just out here having a good time,
Yeah, absolutely. And I mentioned this before because I enjoy your videos because
I appreciate it.
It shows more than the race. You show or not even races. You do a lot of just out having fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm all about. I'm just having a good time.
And I'd say maybe a third of your videos are race related.
Yeah, like I like to post, just raw race footage, but I more like try to focus on the fun side.
Yeah, absolutely. Of it. And so you did one just this. What was it, last week? You posted one of you going. Where was that?
It's a place in Joplin. It's called J&D Off Road.
Okay.
My buddy Logan Pierce, his buddy Patrick actually showed us the place, and we've been going out there and riding a whole lot lately out there.
Yeah,
it's a great time. It's a blast.
It is. Did that Kawasaki ever get running again?
Not that I know of, but I haven't talked to Cameron since. So
okay.
I don't know. That'd be a Cameron week question.
Yeah, it didn't look good for you.
Probably not, though.
Yeah. But so you've been doing that, and just the pit bike. You had a video there of. I'm pretty impressed by Logan's wheelie skills on that pit bike.
Well, Logan's pretty talented as far as wheelies go on pit bikes. We just sold our 50s and we got 110s, and we're trying to get them fixed up right now. The DRZ is kind of rough, but we're getting it fixed up. We got a KLX 110, and I'm slowly but surely getting better on wheelies.
Oh, okay.
For sure.
No Logan level, though.
No. See, Logan can go for distance. I'm more about like trying to do it slow, technical, in first gear.
Yeah.
That's what I'm all about.
But the ladies don't go for that, man. They go for this distance.
See, I wanna drag fender. That's what I'm all about.
Drag a fender. There you go.
See, I think that's so much cooler than riding not even like a 10 o'clock wheelie down the street.
I've dragged a fender before.
On purpose or accident?
Oh, then it ripped off.
Oh, there you go.
Because I just kept on going.
Yeah, I accidentally did it the other day. Like, I got up there and I heard it scrape and I slammed on the rear brake and I literally just stayed there. And then it slowly tipped forward. It was a total accident. It was not on purpose.
But it counts.
I mean, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I was trying to do it in the grass yesterday. Me and Logan were just messing around on them, and I looped it out like 3 times.
On the 100s?
Oh, yeah, on the 110s. Oh,
okay.
yeah. Oh,
yeah. I have a Honda XR 100s. I think it's like a 97 or something like that.
Uh-huh.
We had it since it was new. And
there you go.
And that is an awesome bike to just practice wheeling on.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like if you start to kind of lean one side, we'll just put your foot down and push you back to square, right?
Yeah.
And it's not a big deal. It's not that heavy. Or you can just kind of just plant your foot and just rotate around. And
oh, yeah.
So that's my practice wheelie bike. It doesn't really help me at all in the overall skill. But I try.
It's fun, though.
And then I get on my 250, and then I try to do a wheelie, and it just freaks me out. And,
oh, yeah, it's scary. The bike's a lot bigger.
Oh, so much bigger. But, so yeah. So, yeah, No Bad Days Films is where you can find Ian at. Be sure to subscribe. Oh, sorry, Tom.
You're getting a telephone call.
I am. Tom, you should be watching Enduro Talk with YRS Racing instead of calling me. No, but that's fine. And so that's what's going on with you. So your channel has it been growing, or how often you've been posting stuff on there?
It's been growing very slowly. Like, I'm only up to like 188, but it's kind of hard with my current job. You're getting another call.
He is persistent. Oh, now he's calling my wife actually.
Oh, snap. Yeah, but anyways, it's just kind of hard to get content out there when I'm having to work on weekends and all my riding buddies are off on weekends. So I'm really hoping with, me getting this new job and having weekends off, and get more content out.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been posting as frequently as I would like to.
Yeah. So with getting weekends off, do you try to get out to the races a little more, or?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll be there for sure.
What about this weekend?
Oh, yeah. The state series. For sure, I'll be there.
You're going to be at Kilburn Woods?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You weren't there for the last Hillbilly, were you?
I was not.
No.
Sadly.
So missed a good race. Those perfect conditions. So it's going to be not quite as good this weekend, but it'll still be pretty good. It's Kilburn Woods.
I love Vince's house. I love that place.
But we'll get into more of that a little later on. We got a lot of racing this weekend all over the place.
For sure.
So if you're not there, you can definitely be somewhere else. So yeah, you said you have so you have 2 pit bikes. Is it kind of like you guys switch back and forth? There's like one yours and one's Logan's, or what do you got?
Well, they're both kind of Logan's. He just lets me ride one.
He's like a bike gypsy, isn't he?
Yeah, he really likes buying bikes that are blown up, rebuilding them, and flipping them and making money on them. That's been his big thing for like 2 years now.
Yeah,
that's been his big thing.
Does he specialize in any brand, or
preferably Yamaha? But right now he's working on a KTM 125.
KTM, huh? Okay. Yeah, because well, it makes sense because Logan, he's at QC Moto, which is a Yamaha dealer.
Yeah.
So a little more access to parts up there. So yeah. Oh, we got hey, Noah Clark 32. So what is the soil like at that place, Ian?
Ooh, it's sandy. Okay, so it's not like
this is the place in Joplin.
Yeah, so it's not like little Sahara sand, like massive sand dunes. It's more of like a great value sand. Does that make sense?
Well, I by watching the video, it's river bottom sand.
Yeah.
Right. And so I mean, yes, Little Sahara is dunes
Yeah.
and like desert type style, right?
Yeah.
Whereas here you're in a big river bottom that's not gravelly;
Yeah.
it's sand.
Yeah, it's all sand. It is awesome. Wide open everywhere. Don't go slow because you will wash your front end out because you'll die.
That's true. Don't go slow. So my brother a few years ago he did a. Have you ever heard of the Trans-America Trail?
I have not.
Okay, so what it is, it's Trans-America, right?
Okay.
So it starts on the East Coast and goes to the West Coast, and it's there's no truly official route, but there's more official routes than others or whatever, and it's more for like dual sporting. Okay.
Okay.
But it definitely
gotcha.
takes you like on all types of different terrain. There's gravel roads. They try to keep you off pavement for the most part. But there's all different types. Well, the group my brother went with, they've done several motorcycle trips, but this is the first time they ever went off road.
Okay.
And so we met in Kansas, like western Kansas. They didn't want to do the eastern half; they wanted to do the western half. And there's the Arkansas River, Dodge City is there, and it's just like this riverbed of like sand, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, that was one thing like they weren't used to is speed is actually stability when it comes to this sand, and they were nervous and hesitant and with these heavy bikes going through the sand and that front tire. Oh my God, those guys it was a big learning curve for those guys.
Yeah, when you're riding sand, you might as well just take your whole front brake caliper off because you're not gonna need it at all.
Yeah. So, but
For
no.
sure.
So yeah, a lot of sand. And then my mom says, admit it, the real reason for the fake wrist wrap, it's not fake, Mom. It's
Oh, your mom's calling you out. You got to
is.
take that? Are you going to take that?
Well, I guess I have to since she posted it right there. And
Yeah, fair enough.
is I don't want to replace the belt on the mower. And that's very true. I really don't.
There you go.
Yeah, I went out and crashed and scorpioned myself last weekend and bashed my hand somehow. So I don't have to help my mom. So plan success. I got out of it yesterday.
Attaboy.
And then Dirt Pirate Racing. When are you going to be? Going to be and Logan. I don't know what that means. Okay, so can you help me? Do you understand that? You guys are the ones that can pull it off. So when are you going to? Ian and Logan put on a pit bike race. Okay, when are you going to?
Pit bike race. That's a fantastic idea that I haven't thought about before. I don't know.
So
That's a good question.
They should have like how like motocross races they have like a dad's pit bike race. Have you ever seen those?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you haven't. So have you ever gone to the arena cross that
Yes.
Nitro? They have a pit bike dad's pit bike race there.
Ooh.
And there's some super tricked out 50s
that sounds like a great time.
Yeah. And so what we should do, we should talk to Chili about this in the winter series.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, whatever series we can, I'm telling you, I could get some people together. We could make money off this.
we need the 50s dad or the moms too.
We need like a 50 class, and then we need like an open outlaw class where like you could ride a 110, a 50, an XR 100, whatever, whatever your heart desires.
No, it's got to be a 50.
It's got to be a 50. I'm on 110s now. I've upgraded.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you're disqualified then. It's the rules, man.
I had a good run while it lasted.
So and then they raced on the Pee Wee course, the Pee Wee 50, like the mini course.
I'm telling you, if we could get like all of us dudes together and have a 50 race, that'd be the greatest thing of all time. You know, the battles would be so good. The race footage would be so good. We could throw GoPros on like 4 of the people.
Yes.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
It's on Chili or Kurt, anybody that's listening. We need this to happen. So
please.
But no, that would be pretty slick because I've seen like New Year's Eve. I forget who it is, but there's somebody that hosts it's kind of like it's inside of a garage on slit concrete.
Yeah, I can't think of the name, and it's really making me mad because I know exactly what you're talking about.
They do like it's like on 50s inside like an oval track.
Yes,
on concrete. It looks awesome.
I'm pretty sure it's the Vots. Don't quote me on that.
But looks fun. I don't know how to get invited to that, but I need to ring them up.
I think you gotta know somebody. You gotta get in on that.
You gotta know somebody, then know a secret password, and then you
sure.
Then you got like a tattoo on the back of your head or something. I don't know.
You ever like tried to flat track a 50 though?
No.
It's harder than you'd think.
I could imagine. I think just like trying to yeah, I would.
A while back in the winter, Travis Renaud, like he pulled everything out of his shop and he invited like me, Logan, a bunch of us.
Okay.
And we rode 50s in his shop all night long.
And
It was
did you ever
awesome.
wipe out, or
Oh, I ate it hard so many times.
what was the biggest challenge?
Ooh, just learning how to like lean it over and when not to be on the gas and when not to like cut the corner. It's like very like it's weird.
Do you like? It's like, when like on regular flat track they have this like special boot with like a metal bottom and all that.
Oh yeah, Travis had that. Travis was way more official than me.
He was.
Oh yeah.
So did you like have your Vans on and just like?
Oh yeah, I showed up wearing like Vans, a Drake t-shirt, and jeans.
There you go. So, we've got some comments here also. Yes, Bob, we are going to get to that. The Blackjack. So Fry Lake was this weekend. It's a sprint enduro, so it's in conjunction with the Okie Sprint that has been postponed. So anybody that wasn't aware, hopefully you are now. And then 50 class and 110 class. See, that's where this is. I forget. I don't know that name here. Gerald's saying for the Pee Wee race or for the dad's race.
Please.
He says what my hesitation is with the 50s.
I will skip the big bike race just for this one event. This is my calling.
So, but my thought is that they're super protective of the Pee Wee course. They wanted to get it rutted out. They try to treat it like a mountain bike track, right?
Okay.
And so I'm afraid if you get any bigger displacement more than 50, that you'll chew it up a little too much, and
110's the perfect number.
And then we won't get invited back.
I'm telling you, 110's the perfect number.
Yeah. And if you said, Matt Van Dyke says if you have a Drake t-shirt, he's out.
Oh, well, that was just that one night.
Okay.
It's what I had available to me at the time. Matt, I'm sorry for disappointing you. If you could please forgive me in the near future, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. All right, so that's that. So yeah, you're racing this weekend, or at least that's the plan.
Oh yeah, I'm for sure racing.
Rain or shine,
Yes, I will be there.
it's gonna be sweet.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
I get to go to piano recital.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You want me to hug you? I'll hug you.
I don't need that right now, but maybe
Okay.
later. So yeah. If you're watching, thank you. Be sure to share. Let your friends know about it. And then, you guys have been doing an awesome job in the comments. Keep them coming. So this past weekend,
Talk to me. What was this last weekend?
well, there was lots of racing going on. 2 main races. The Blackjack that I was at.
Okay.
We'll get into more of that later. But in the national scene, there was the Cajun Classic.
Oh yeah.
So have you followed any of the Instagrams about that, or any of the stories, or?
I just like to look at the results. I just like knowing who won, who did what. I like looking at our local dudes from around here because we have a lot of fast dudes around here. So I like knowing like where we stack compared to, everyone else.
Which is pretty good.
We did, as far as our local scene here, we did a very solid, you could say.
I'd say quite solid. Yeah. So we had, our top Missourian was Nathan Rector. Nathan, congratulations. Way to be number 1 in Missouri. And then followed not too far behind was Noah Clark, and then our adopted Missouri kid. Hopefully he accepts our adoptance, but James King, we're always rooting for you. So it's actually Hot Springs, Arkansas is home to him, but we'll take him. And then so James was 19th, and we had Travis Renat at 21st. This is overall class. You guys really?
I know Nathan won. I think Noah
Yeah.
got second, double A. I'm not for sure what James got off the top of my head. I know Travis won 250A. Cole won probably open A. I don't know what Andrew Smith runs. Probably like A30 or something.
Oh, Rob Mitchell. No, it's about 8:20 right now. Check back or stay with us for about another 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll get Ian on the phone. And this is interesting. Love of farm animals for.
You mean Liam, not Ian? I'm already here. You said Ian on the phone.
Oh, Liam. Sorry.
There you go.
So no, Liam, you have not missed him, Rob. So that's cool. We got Rob Mitchell Films. He's a celebrity when it comes to these. Well, he makes some sweet. I don't know sorry, Rob. I'll talk about you for a second. If anybody wants some awesome like just race videos, well edited. A lot of times it has music to it. That's Rob Mitchell. Okay.
There you go.
Little
Quick shout out.
So yeah, now that's getting interesting. I don't know if I do want to ask these questions now, Rob. No. So, but anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, Travis, what class was he in? Did you know?
250A.
And how did he do?
First.
First.
In 250A.
So we're killing it there. Then Cole.
Cole's an open A guy.
And
He won.
he won.
Yeah.
Andrew Smith.
I think he's like A plus 30 or something like that. I'm not for sure off the top of my head.
Well, he was 26th overall. And then Scott Boyer is one of the guys that was highlighted in the National Enduro Instagram or whatnot. And then he was 52nd, followed not too far behind with Brock French in 57th overall. And then Steve Bonecutter was 99th. And then Taylor Bonecutter, his daughter, was 5th in the women's elite class. So
there you go.
that's a mouthful. There's a whole lot of Missouri guys just tearing it up. I mean, that's what I was impressed by. So we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys, well, in the top 26. And that's pretty impressive. So if you
It's very
take
impressive.
like, all right, 6, let's count only.
We got a lot of talent around here.
Yes, we do. So that's my question. Kind of like top 10. It's always kind of a goal, like top 10 and then like top 5, then podium, and then top step, right? That's kind of like the transgression goes,
Yeah. For sure.
I can't remember if Logan's been in top 10 or not. Logan Lowry.
I'm sure he has.
I think he has.
I mean, I don't know off the top of my head.
I think he's gotten a 9th. I forget exactly. In fact,
that sounds right.
no, I know he did. I know he has. I don't know what I'm thinking. Who do you think of this group here is going to be the first to break top 10?
Well, I don't know because I don't want to
do it. Do it.
I know Nathan's very solid at national enduros for sure. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of names here. I don't know. You're putting me on the spot.
I am.
Well, I don't know. Nathan.
He said Nathan twice. Now we're going to go with Nathan.
I'm going to go with Nathan just because he got 13th overall. And
so close.
That's closer than everyone else got.
Yeah. So do you know who's going to be at the X Factor GNCC races this weekend?
I'd imagine Travis,
So Travis, Nathan, maybe. I don't know. Noah's probably not. I don't know. It's one of the closest ones outside of Ironman.
Oh, I'm sure Noah's probably doing the state race.
Oh,
because he's chasing points.
Oh, that's right. He is. So yeah, he's only missed one so far, and he's not too far. I forget. Well, he's missed one, so he's. I think Brandon's still in the lead as far as overall goes.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, so that'll be interesting. It's because we're kind of talking about that. So top 10 at a national enduro. What do you think that would translate to in a GNCC?
I don't know. There's so many more people at a GNCC. I don't know. I'd say probably like a top 40.
I'm gonna say top 30.
Top 30. We'll go with the top 30.
So there's just a lot of it's stacked, the GNCC fields. I mean, if you're a guy, top level dude, you might race the national enduros, you might race the full gas sprint enduros, but you're racing GNCC. That's kind of what it seems like. And so, that's I want to be curious to see, and I think that's kind of where Travis could be the first guy to get there.
I know Travis definitely likes the GNCCs more because they're more open. I know that for a guaranteed fact.
Yeah, but man, it's more open. So this last weekend, there was 4 loops. Loop 3, I felt like I should just stay in second gear.
Completely understandable.
Man, it was wearing me out. But I know I was hoping for something a little more open. But it is what it is, and I was happy to be racing, and there. So Rob Mitchell asked here again, so do you guys think the fields at the Enduros are stacked this year? Seems to be a little watered down. I have my answer. NCS is what I'm going to say. But what's your opinion?
Ooh. I don't know. Say the question one more time.
Do you think the fields are a little weaker this year than they have been in the past at the National Enduros?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say yes to that.
Yeah. I yes.
It seems like there's been because how many dudes were in Pro 1 at the first race?
Oh, I don't know.
There was only 5.
Yeah, it's not as stacked. There's not the factory semis aren't there this year. There's not as much factory support, so that's not getting the top guys there, right? So yeah, that's kind of.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, I think Stu and Grant and Russell Bobbitt, they're top dudes.
Well, they're top no matter what, right? So I mean, the top of the top, they're still there.
I think there just isn't as many as of the top factory dudes there.
It's not as deep,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
There's so many more dudes on an XC1 line out of GNCC, you know what I mean, than a Pro 1 line.
there's just more eyeballs, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
so the sponsors went to there, you know. I mean, that's where the money is, and so that's where the pros are going to be.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what it is. Any opinions why? What? Oh, so that's a good question. Do you think that there's any reason why the national enduros are? I wouldn't say struggle. They're not really struggling. I mean, they have the attendance, the people going to these races. I mean, it's selling out within a couple minutes. I mean, fast, and they're full. Every race has a ton of people. Attendance is probably going up, right?
I think there's just more money and stuff in the GNCC series.
And I think, well, what it is, in my opinion, you got 3 series, right, that
Yeah.
are national East Coast, right? Or
Yeah.
forget about West Coast, the works, you know,
Yeah.
the National Hare and Hounds and all that stuff going on. But you really have 3 series kind of competing.
Uh-huh.
And most of these racers only have the ability to do 2.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
and that's kind of my thought. You know, some guys can, like Stuart Baylor, he fits them all in, right? He does it. I mean, he's an animal. But not everybody can. Not everybody has the funds. You know, maybe the sponsors don't want to pay for the national enduros or the sprint enduros or whatever. But no, there's a lot of competition to get those guys
For sure.
to show up. So,
For sure.
and I think the sprint enduros are kind of, you know, the GNCC has always kind of been at that level, right? Well, it's going to stay Big Daddy, right?
For sure. I just think the GNCC is, I think you just get paid. You get paid a lot more for winning a GNCC than a National Enduro.
What are you talking about for the prize money?
Yeah, for the prize money.
That's a small percentage, though, of really. That's kind of like.
Well, I mean, if you're looking at it from like a pro standpoint, I think that's why more pros do the GNCCs.
Yeah, yes, the pros do it because there's this. I mean, you got a couple thousand racers, right?
Yeah.
There. And then top of that, spectators and just the coverage. But no, what I was going to say is the Big Daddy GNCC, and then you had, you know, the National Enduro a couple years ago didn't really have much competition as far as being the second tier top level race or the second most competitive race.
Uh-huh.
Now they got competition with the Sprint Enduro, and it's kind of split, right? So you got like the Caleb Russell over there, and then you got, you know.
I was about to say, a lot of those dudes do the full gas sprint enduros, like
and that's kind of trended.
Thad, Strang.
A lot of those guys were doing that a couple years ago. You would have saw them all over at the National Enduros.
Yeah,
so,
it's true.
You know, next year it could be go the other way. Who knows how it works? But yeah. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Rob essentially agrees with me, and he's definitely in the know. But yeah, he says the sprint enduros are reaping the rewards of the sponsor/factories pulling out of the enduros, and that is true. And I don't really think it's pulling out as much as jump and ship. So or switching over, Evan Smith will get the overall this year in the NAPG. Oh, really? Interesting. I don't know about that. I'm a big Stu Baylor fan. I'm rooting for him, but yeah, I like Evan. Actually, I like them all. So. Oh, hey, Sue Draper is watching. Hello from New Zealand. So you wear your Drake shirt to bed every night?
No,
that's what Matt says.
I'm sure that sounds like something he would say too.
All right. Well, anyways, do you want to give Liam a call?
I mean, sure, let's do it.
I think maybe his mom is waiting she wants to check in on him, and then we got obviously Rob here. So let's call.
I don't know what to say of the man.
We say, good day, mate. How are you? Let's hear your Aussie accent. Or not Aussie, New Zealand accent.
It's not good.
Let's hear it. Hurry.
I don't have one. Good day.
Good day. You got to
Goodbye.
call everybody mate. That's all I know. We had a coworker back in California who was New Zealand. And then do not mistake that Australian with New Zealand.
Ooh.
Hello.
Hello. How are you, mate?
Good. How are you? Good. How are you?
Good. Welcome to Enduro Talk. I'm Charlie Hawkins. I'm here with Ian. Ian, say hi.
Hello, sir.
Oh,
How are you?
good. So that's right. And then, so Liam, first of all, Telly Energy KTM Racing. Glad to have you on. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you. Just on the way to the next GNCC.
Oh, are you on your way, like traveling on the road
Yeah,
at this
traveling on the road.
at this very moment, or like you're in a hotel
Very
somewhere?
moment.
Oh, seriously? Wow. Where are you?
Sitting in the back of the we just left the house. Just left Stu's house. I'm just sitting in the motorhome.
Oh, okay, right on. And then so yeah, that's right. You're part of being a part of Tele Energy. Is that you, Stuart, and
Grant.
Grant? Sorry, it's slipping my tongue there.
Yeah.
And that's it then. Is there anybody else?
Yeah, there's the youth riders,
Oh.
and we have a bunch of youth riders, and then there's the kids. We have one girl rider also, and amateurs.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then how long have you been on the Tele Energy team?
This is my first year with Tilly.
Okay.
I was with KR4 last year on a Husky, so I changed over to KTM for this year.
Okay, yeah, because KR4 kind of went by the wayside, so it's a good thing you're able to find a replacement team. I guess with your
definitely
accolades, it's probably not too terribly difficult. But
it makes it a little easier living with Stu. I moved in with him last year.
Yeah. How is that? Because I will say Stu is probably one of my more favorite Instagram followers because of just some of the interesting stuff that he says and does. How is it living with him?
Yeah, it's there's never a dull moment living with him, that's sure. It's he says what he wants, does what he wants, and gets away with it.
Gets away with it.
Which is funny, and it's his way, and it works for him, and it's pretty cool. It's awesome living with him. Very grateful to ride with someone at that high level daily and train with someone like that daily.
Yeah, absolutely. And then so you're going to South Carolina. So you're heading on to Indiana. Are you looking forward to the race this weekend?
Yeah, it's gonna be a mud race. We were talking to a few guys out there, and it sounds like it's pretty wet out there. But no, I'm looking forward to it. I didn't do so well there last year, so hoping for a better day out there on Sunday.
So they did have a race out there last year.
Yeah, they did. They had a race here last year. It was dusty.
Oh, it was dusty. The year before, it was definitely not dusty. It was quite muddy. Is that right?
Yeah. Apparently, yeah. Last year was my first year over here, so.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously, yeah. So we kind of covered that. So you're from New Zealand. First of all, how old are you?
I'm 22.
You're 22. Okay. And then so you started racing and all that, and you grew up in New Zealand.
Yeah. I started racing from a young age back home in New Zealand, and New Zealand's so small. There isn't the money and the funds to race professionally. Back home, you either do it for a hobby and have to work 5 days during the week and go out on the weekends and have fun.
Yeah.
And I wanted to chase a dream and come over here and see where it took me. So I did that with the support of my family and everyone else. So I came over here last year and rode for KR4.
Okay. So I guess the question I had is obviously you didn't have to come to the United States. There's the Enduro GP in Europe. Why here versus there? Is there? I mean, I'm kind of asking out of ignorance. So yeah.
No, you're good. No, I have a lot to do with Paul Whibley back home. So I trained with him and lived with him for a couple months, and he sort of put it in my ear that I needed to go to America and try that. And he's been over here, so I learned a lot with him and trained with him, and he got me hooked up with KR4 and got me some contacts, and that's sort of how it all worked out. It all sort of came pretty quickly. He was like, you should do this, and here's some numbers, ring them.
There you go. And so, yeah, you came over and made quite a name for yourself right away. And then I was reading an interview about you from last year. You were a trials rider as well back in New Zealand. Is that true?
Yeah. I rode trials for 5 or 6 years back home, and in Australia also too. I won a junior Australian trials title, and trials, I started riding off-road in the woods, and then I went to trials for a few years, and then I stopped that and rode motocross, and then went back into the woods and rode off-road.
So you've literally done it all.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
How much, if any, I guess, for your riding that you're doing now, does any of it carry over, or?
Yeah, some of it does, especially a few technical races, and also the national enduros where it gets tight and it's balance between the trees and stuff like that. But yeah, it definitely carries over and helps having balance like that and the harder sections for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So, oh shoot, where was I? Okay, so you're doing the national enduros this year, and you're also doing the GNCCs. Are you doing many of the sprint enduros? I saw that you had some points, but really couldn't see the results. What are you doing?
Yeah,
those?
no, I did round 1 of the full gas sprint enduros down in GTR. It was only it's only an hour and a half from the house, so the TLE team were down here, so I went over and did round 1, but no, I'm not doing them this year. I did them last year, and I didn't do the national enduros last year, so I switched it up and doing the national enduros this year in GNCC, and I'm enjoying it. I like the national enduros. I didn't like it to start with. I wasn't a big fan of the tight woods and smashing your knuckles, but I'm beginning to like it now, and it's fun.
Did you do enduros back in New Zealand?
Yeah, we have enduros back in New Zealand, but they're a lot different to over here. I mean, our tests are between 5 to 10 minutes long, so they're short, and we normally do the same test on a couple times, so it's a lot different, and they don't put stuff that tight in back home. There'd be too many people complaining.
So I guess your enduros back home are more like a sprint enduro than here.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. And then I get a kick out of so you're actually leading the points right now in the Pro 2 class at the National Enduros, but you've been consistently second.
I know. I hate it.
Okay, I was like, it's kind of bittersweet. And what I was saying was probably what's super frustrating. You haven't lost to the same guy twice yet, right?
No, I know, right? Yeah.
Like,
no, I'm wanting it when I need it. When I hate getting second.
Oh yeah.
It's the first loser, isn't it?
Yes, but so no, I mean, I guess has there been anything in, I guess, to happen each one of these that you're like, why you got, or
it's I mean, the last round down in Louisiana last weekend, me and Cody Barnes went into the last test 1 second apart after 120 minutes of racing. You know, it was close, and I just made too many mistakes in the last test, and Cody rode great, so he got the win, and I got another second. But no, nothing's really happened. It's just I'm learning and trying to eliminate mistakes and stuff like that. So it's good. I'm getting there, hopefully.
Okay. So I got a question here from Matt Van Dyke. He wants to know why you always end up in the lake when you go bow fishing.
Why do I always end up in the lake? Well, depends where if Stu pushes me in or not, really.
Oh, okay. So if he doesn't push you in, you're not in the lake. But if he does,
depends how much beer Stu's been drinking. If he drags me in too.
Yeah. And then I guess along the lines of Stu, he wants to know what's your obsession with sheeps?
He's sitting in front of me smiling right now, so I was waiting for a question like that. I mean, there is no obsession with sheep. New Zealand just has more sheep than humans.
Okay. So
and there's a photo flying around of it. Looks like me. I have a sheep mounted up to say, we'll put it politely.
Okay. Floating around.
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah.
All right. And is this in Stu? He's floating it around, or where's that coming from?
Yeah, it's in Stu's photo album. Yep, he's got it. I've yet to see him post it yet.
Awesome. And said, and then he replies to Bob, says that Liam guy, he loves sheep. He says,
yeah.
He says he has Velcro gloves and rubber boots, so they can't get away. Is that true?
That may be true. That's a rumor that started pretty quickly. Stu's good at starting rumors. My other buddy from New Zealand had a rumor started about him that went viral in New Zealand too.
Oh, they had a rumor in New Zealand about Stu?
No, I had a friend come over from New Zealand who had a bad experience in Vegas.
Uh-oh.
And Stu started a rumor with Ben Townley, and it went pretty viral pretty quickly back home.
Oh, so what was that rumor? Because I haven't caught wind of this one yet. Is it appropriate?
The rumor he got not quite. No.
Can you PG it?
He got drugged in Vegas by some two guys and got thrown in a taxi and ended up in a hospital. And he doesn't remember anything. And Stu put an R18 version on that and made it go viral.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. And then, oh, yeah. So Rob's concerned about the sheep back home as well. He's afraid they've been lonely. This is Rob Mitchell.
Rob, yeah. Oh, funny.
So
no, they can stay lonely.
They can stay lonely. Yeah. So, and then we also is Sue Draper. Is that your mom or who's this?
Yeah, that's mom. That's mom. She's back home listening.
So she said, you and your family are really close. She said, isn't it great? You can talk to them every day.
It sure is. Social media is a great thing. You know, my sister's down graduating college to be a police woman right now, and I can stay in contact with her daily and talk to my parents daily. It's good. Social media is awesome. It definitely is tough. You know, living on the other side of the world, it's you can't just shoot home and see your family. So it does make it hard some days. Some days you wake up and wish you were at home, but it makes it a lot easier living in a house with Stu and Jade. I mean, last year for the first 2-3 months, I lived in a Sprinter van with a bed on top of my dirt bikes, and that's where I lived. So
yeah, and then what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so my brother, he lives in Denmark, so that's only, I forget what time zone they're on, or would they switch between 6 and 7 hours apart. And you know, we can only talk really like between 10 a.m. here and 4 p.m. right? So I couldn't imagine. So what's the time zone difference between here and New Zealand?
It's 1:30 in the afternoon on Friday there right now. 1:40 in the afternoon.
Yeah, so your window's a little more funky than mine. So
yeah.
That is a challenge.
Yeah.
For sure. And then, so.
Yes, 44. You want it already? Yes, 44.
Oh, are you ordering food?
Yeah, we sure. I just told Stu to order me some food.
Oh.
I'm back outside.
No problems. So the GNCCs, it seems like you've been having pretty decent results, except for the first race. What happened there?
Yeah, the first race, it was tough. Florida, as everyone knows, it's a tough race, and it does beat you up. But no, I was running fourth and third all day, having some battles, and leading into the last lap, I had 8 miles to go, and I was running third, and I was out of water. I just ran out of water, and I don't really know what happened. I had a little crash, and I was around a bunch of people that knew who I was, and I went to get up, and I collapsed and went unconscious, and then I came around apparently and went to get up again, and I had nothing. My legs gave out and everything, and they came over, and I was having what I think was a heat stroke, and they took all my helmet and stuff off of me, and I kept dozing in and out, and yeah, I had nothing. I couldn't even lift my arms up. I was so weak. So Florida wasn't too flash for me. It took me a while to recover, especially with Georgia being the next weekend. I only had a week to recover. I don't even think I went on the bike that week. I think I rode once.
Seriously, wow.
I was just so drained, mentally, physically, everything. It was pretty tough.
So you had the DNF that lap then? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I got carried back to the rig and don't remember a lot of it. I was drained. I had nothing left.
Wow. How hot was it there? Do you remember?
It was hot. It was super hot, and it was around the 80s, high 80s. It was a hot race and tough.
And just weren't ready for the heat either, I'd imagine.
No, yeah, I wasn't ready. I had been down in Florida for 2 weeks or so, but yeah, the heat got to me, and it got the better of me. That's for sure. I was getting ready to get a pit bottle with some water, and I was gonna put another Camelback on. And I just had to get out of the field to get to the pro pits, and I didn't quite make it that far.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it sucked.
But you've been progressing pretty well since then. You went from that 14th to the 7th to 5 to 4. You hoping for the top step this weekend, or at least podium? Is that the goal?
Yeah, podium's the goal. I Camp Coker's probably been my best race so far. I was running second most of the day with 3 to go, I think it was, and had some crashes, and 2 boys got around me, and then Austin got me on the last lap, and I got hung up in the bike only section and ended up 4th. But yeah, I'm wanting a podium bad.
Yeah. All right. And what bike are you racing?
I'm racing a KTM 250 and GNCC, and then I'm racing a 350 in National Enduros.
Both 4-stroke?
Yep.
Okay. Why the the National Enduro, you're doing a 350? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I just find the 350 a little easier to ride.
You do? Oh, okay.
And the National Enduros, you don't have to make every corner count. On a 250, you got to be on it every time. Where a 350, you can sort of put it in a taller gear and labor it a little more in the tight woods.
Yeah.
Which is sort of nicer for me. And I train on a 350 during the week also. I have a 350 practice bike.
Okay. And then, so you're kind of like, you can ride a 350, but how I ride a 250, because I just put in gear and just kind of labor it through some of these tight sections, because not there when it comes to the skill. I'm a decent B rider is what I am.
Yeah,
so,
I gotcha. No, they're nice. I like the 350. They're really good. I rode one at the end of last year at the Alabama National Enduro. I rode one of Stu's practice bikes down there, and yeah, it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, so I got a question here. Have you ever heard of the Ozark 100 miler?
No.
Okay.
Oh, is that up in?
This is down here in our neck of the woods in Southwest Missouri. It's a 100-mile. Stu's won it a few times, actually.
I have heard of it. Yeah, I went up to Missouri last year, the end of last year before Stu's wedding, to his hunting lease, and stayed up there. Went to close by to where that is.
That's not too, because I forget, he typically goes out, like, did you go to the Midwest Extreme Park over in kind of like Western Missouri?
Yeah, that's where we went, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, I guess along those lines, have you ever done a hard enduro?
Yep, I did. Battle of the Goats last year is the one I did, where I was heading I started on row 7 or 8, I think, and I was catching the front boys and got to the bottom of this rocky valley, and my battery died.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, I wasn't on the right bike by any means. I was on my 250F practice bike, 4-stroke. So I had the fan going the whole time, and then when you're riding the hard enduros, getting up hills, you tend to stall it a lot. Starting and stopping, and with the fan going the whole time, it ran the battery dead, and it was a long push.
Huh. Yeah.
But I plan to race some this year. I'm gonna get a 300 and race TKO.
Okay, because I was gonna say, it seems like a lot of the top guys you talk about, like the Graham Jarvises or the Johnny Walkers and whatnot, or the Cody Webbs even. They all had a kind of a trials background. I was like, and I heard you did trials. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wonder if you've ever done a hard enduro. So you have done some, not a lot, one.
Yeah.
But
I've done one over here. I've done a lot back home.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. But no, I'm planning to do TKO, and I'd also like to try some enduro crosses over here.
Yeah.
Which would be cool. They look like fun.
And then sorry, something's funky with my YouTube. So if people are watching it, I don't know what's going on with YouTube.
Oh, you're good.
So like all the comments stopped, and then my mom texted me saying, "Hey, something's funky." So I don't know if anybody can hear anything or what the heck's going on, but Facebook's still functional. YouTube, sorry, no idea. So with that, I guess I was going to ask you what's your most challenging. Oh, sorry, back up a little bit. Ozark 100 miler. You're welcome to come down and race that. It's always the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
And it's a good time. So ask Stu about it.
Yeah.
Hopefully
it's a long race.
It is it's a long day is what it is.
Yeah, I bet.
So one of my questions for you was, what's the most challenging thing that's happened to you this season so far? Would it be the first race?
Probably Florida. Yeah, Florida was tough. I've never had anything like that happen in my whole racing career. I've never been that drained to not be able to stand up by yourself. And my legs are so weak, I couldn't even lift my arms to have a drink. I had people giving me water to try and to get me to come back around.
Yeah. Huh. Well, and then before I let you go, two things. One is, what's the best way to follow you and keep up with whatever Liam Draper has going on?
Just on Instagram or Facebook. Liam Draper 198 on Instagram, and then just Liam Draper on Facebook. It's probably the best way to keep up with stuff we do. It's pretty entertaining. There's some entertaining stuff go on, especially living with Stu.
I could imagine. And then, and then
we're trying to get a film crew to follow us for a day.
That's one series that I really enjoyed. Was I forget what it's called exactly, but
Chasing the Baylors.
I thought, I was going to say Keeping Up With, but yes, Chasing the Baylors. I forgot who did that, but I really enjoyed those. I think they did like 5 or 6 of them. Have you ever heard of those, Ian?
Oh yeah, those were very entertaining.
I enjoyed them.
Big fan.
I particularly.
So if you guys have got anyone that wants to do a video series,
Ian,
tell them get in contact.
Well, if I didn't have to pay rent over here in Missouri, if I didn't have to work over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this we see some weird stuff, and always seems to be us that finds the stuff. That's the funniest. We seen a guy that tied his couch on the roof of his car, but you tied the strap right around the whole outside of the car, so it went underneath the car. You couldn't open the door.
Oh, seriously? No, usually they roll down the window and go through the window, but
normally, but no, he went around the whole car, so that was pretty interesting to see that last weekend.
He had extra long straps. I don't have those straps, but
yeah.
And then the other thing I want to ask you is sponsors. Who gets you out to the races?
Just the whole Tilly Energy team, Todd, the boss, and my mechanics, Kevin and Garrett, and then Bell, Oakley, Moose, ODI, XC Gear, Kenda Tires, Singe Graphics, Spectro Oils, and Former Boots, and everyone else there. That helps.
This may be a dumb question, but what is or who is Telly Energy?
Tilly stands for, our boss's name is Todd. His last name's Ely. So
okay.
The T and the Ely. But it's a services business that does fracking for oils with the water.
Okay, good. So it's not like something.
He's in the oil.
It's not.
No, people think it's an energy drink sometimes when you throw on Tilly Energy, but no, it ain't an energy drink.
No.
It's a business up in Pennsylvania.
So it's not a business I can necessarily support with my credit card. Unless I guess I do at the gas pump a bit there, right? Fracking.
Yeah.
So, or he probably is more than natural gas then too. I don't know, but well, cool. Well, Liam, thank you for letting us interrupt your dinner.
No, you're good.
And have a great time. We're rooting for you this weekend. We'll be cheering you on, and hopefully we can get you on one of those top 3 steps there on the podium.
That's the plan. And we were listening earlier, and if you guys need to know why the National Enduro's numbers are down, contact Stu. He'll be willing to tell you.
Oh, well, Stu is one of my top 1 people I would love to interview. So definitely be giving him a call. So
yeah.
Excellent. Well, Liam, thank you. And that's all the questions I had. I imagine Rob had questions for you, but something happened with YouTube, and he may have gotten the boot. I don't know. But may have been for the better. May have been more sheep questions. Who knows?
Yeah, probably.
So, anyways, you have a good evening. And
you too. Thank you.
And safe travels. Bye.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Dude, you hear that? Stu Baylor on the show. You hear that? There you go.
I did. That would. Well, because my first experience with him was the when he came to the 100-miler. And pretty much ever since then, I've been a Stu fan. And,
when I met Stu, I met him at the 100-miler after he won, and I went up to his camper, and he gave me like a signed poster and like a couple sets of goggles. Super nice guy. I still have the goggles to this day.
Really? I would too. Do you have them in like in a framed box or something?
Oh, no, I wear them because I don't have money to buy any other goggles. So shout out to Stu Baylor for a little sponsorship, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, so Liam, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it, and that's pretty cool. I'm really curious to see. Hopefully, he says he's looking into endurocross racing and then hard enduros. I really think with his background, I mean, that's like the recipe that guys have
Yeah.
that are good at that stuff. So I'd be kind of curious to see what he say he's doing. Which one did he say he was going to try to do?
Enduro cross.
No. Which one of the hard enduros was it?
TKO.
The TKO, is that what he said?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I was getting messages about my YouTube messing up when he was talking about that. I'd be kind of curious and excited to see that because that's one of like Jordan Ashburn is one of the outsiders, right?
Yeah.
That would kind of come in and do well at these. I mean, he's a GNCC guy, but can still do really well at these hard enduro events. So, anyways, that's that. So last weekend I was down at Bartow Ranch. Have you ever been there before?
Negatory.
Have you raced in Texas before?
Never raced in Texas.
I was barely in Texas.
There you go.
It was like you cross the border, you take a right for about 30 miles, and you're there, right?
There you
it was a pretty cool place. Have you raced in Oklahoma before?
I have once or twice.
What, the off-road cup or something else?
Yeah, the 9 hour.
Okay, so that wasn't.
I mean, it's barely across the border.
That's like saying like like me racing in Texas is like you
kind
racing.
of the same thing.
So I've raced at Zinc Ranch before, and I was kind of nervous about the trees in Texas because like in Zinc Ranch, which is kind of near Tulsa, Oklahoma, they grab onto you and they're like super just stiff, right?
Really?
Yeah, and so I was going to Texas. I'm like, I do not want to have to buy new gear because I'm getting ripped to shreds. Well, the good thing is I didn't have to worry about that. That the trees were cool. They were more like Missouri, deciduous trees. But the trails are very similar to Oklahoma as far as like just not as many rocks. There's rocks, but not rocky, and then just kind of nice flowy trails. It was a lot of fun, a lot of field sections, but. I don't know. Did I talk? No, I didn't talk in here yet about what happened exactly.
No, I don't think you did.
Okay,
Let's hear it.
So I don't know if you want to see it, go to my YouTube channel and watch the Bartow Ranch Hare Scramble. It's a few minutes in. So I hurt my back this past weekend. I went to the doctor, hurt my arm, right? I say it's wrist, but really it's like a few inches, towards my elbow. It's the radius bone. I got confirmation that it's not broken.
That's good.
I'm still like, well, why does it hurt so bad still? Maybe I just like it's like a kind of like a stress fracture. We really can't see it in X-ray. I'm trying to justify why it hurt so bad, other than just I'm a huge wuss. But no, so I was going through and I was trying to catch up back to the guy I was trying to keep up with. And I'm coming around this corner and there's like 3 ruts, right? And this little slough of sorts. And I picked one. I picked one to the right and didn't think it looked a little rough, but I didn't think it was, terrible. Oh my gosh. So it stopped me like immediately. And not only that, but like if you saw my Instagram post, like the first picture was Liam for this show here, right? The preview show. The first picture was Liam. The second picture was my bike just kind of sitting there. Well, that's me sitting/laying on the ground, looking at my bike, like sitting perfectly upright.
Okay.
Like posted, like in this ditch. Like that's where it stopped, and it sent me over head over the handlebars, and then the dirt in front of it was so high that my face like contacted about fender height. The dirt. You okay?
Oh yeah, just a little sleepy. I took a nap before I came here, and I'm feeling the after effects currently.
And then so my head stopped moving down, but my legs kept going over, and I tried to see if I could touch my heels to the back of my head.
Oh, there you go.
Not comfortable.
Yeah, I could see that. Could definitely see that.
So my back's still feeling it, and then somewhere or another along the way, I hurt my arm, so that's feeling it. But overall, it was an awesome time racing there, and it was like 70 miles of racing, and that's one thing.
Really?
Yeah, lots, and like
a lot of miles.
No transfer miles. It was all racing.
Okay.
And it was a bit of an experience because I think that's the most. Yeah, that's not the most. Well, no, 100-miler. That's the most racing I've done in one day. But yeah, that's a lot of racing all at once with no transfers. Like Zinc Ranch the National Enduro, you get, it's about 70, 75 miles of riding, but you're only racing like maybe 45 of it, 50 of it. So, exhausting is what it was by the end of the day. And then I had to drive home, and that's when I realized I hurt my wrist is because I couldn't pick anything up with my right arm. I'm driving home. I'm like,
that's no good.
I'm going to try to hydrate on my way home, and I'm like, ow, it hurts. So I would reach over with my left hand over to the center console and drink that way. Super safe. But no, Zach Ingram though, have you heard of him?
Oh yeah,
he won. So I went up to him and I said, "Hey, would you like to come on Enduro Talk sometime?" Call in. He's like, "Absolutely." I'm like, "Awesome."
He's a super nice guy.
He seemed like it. Well, yeah. And so the last time at White Rock Enduro there, I was 2 rows ahead of him. Yeah, 2 rows ahead of him, and I held him up. I got crashed. I crashed because got to like this bottleneck.
Yeah.
And I kind of got taken out, and I was getting frustrated and trying to get back up. And so I get going, and there's this guy all of a sudden behind me that I thought was part of this bottleneck. And so he starts giving me the rev, and I'm like, I'm trying to rip up this hill. And so I give it like a second, and I look back, and he's still there. And so I don't know. I took too long is what it was to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Not exorbitant amount of time, but still just too long. I didn't get over as soon as he was there, because my mind, he was a guy that was kind of the same situation as me, but just super antsy for me to get out of his way.
Yeah.
Not the guy that was going to win the race for the day overall. So anyways, but it was cool because afterwards I went up to him and I said, "Hey, what class were you in?" Because eventually I let him, and I saw him like kind of made note of who he was. He says, "Pro." I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "Hey, next time, let me get over a little faster." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sorry." So
sorry, sir.
Yes. And so actually, in fact, this last weekend, I was like, and by the way, said this is last weekend. I said, "Zach, at White Rock Test 2, once again, I want to apologize for not getting out of your way fast enough." He's like, "What?" Like, he says, "Yeah." He said, "I don't even remember it. Couldn't have been that bad." I'm like, "Good," because I've been like so upset about like myself not getting out of the way. So it was like cool. But anyways, so Zach's a cool dude, and hope to have him on someday. But that's one of the reasons why like these national enduros, like I want to be in row 50 or back, is because I do not.
Oh no, dude! I want to be right in the thick of it.
No, you'd be in row 20 or so. Like,
yes, I want to get passed by everybody.
Oh, you know who Liam had on his row last weekend?
Who?
Nathan Rector.
Oh yeah, Nathan did post a GoPro video.
No, we did.
Yeah, and he follows him for a minute.
Yeah, that's awesome. And maybe that's why he was so fast this weekend.
Yeah, maybe.
The wisdom of the Draper, the New Zealand's following the sheep around. All right. So let's see here. Oh, so a few things. Again, if you're watching, share it, all that stuff. Tell people about it. I guess it's kind of like called beating a dead horse or whatnot. But you know what? Hey, it works sometimes. So if you're enjoying what you're seeing, let people know about it and have fun with it. So this coming weekend, we talked about GNCC. We have the X Factor coming up in Indiana. It's probably the second closest race to Southwest Missouri.
Oh yeah.
And
who you think's winning? XC1. Who you got? What's your pick?
Who's the safe bet, or who do I want to win?
Who do you think's gonna win?
Caleb Russell.
Caleb Russell. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Who would I like to win?
Yeah, who would you like to win?
Well, as I said, I'm a huge Stu fan. Always have been. But I'll say this much though. Grant Baylor, before he heard he had to go out for shoulder surgery, was on fire. I mean, he was just right and left. I mean, look at what he did to ISDE. He raced well everywhere, and he did the ISDE with his shoulder popping out all the time. And so I was kind of, I knew the surgery was coming. Once he had to go, but I was little, I was like, man. But now that he's back. And I don't know if you saw the test results. Like, Russell Bobbitt won the first few tests, but then like Grant. I think he won the last 3, like straight out.
One on a tear,
yeah. Just and
looked real good.
And I kind of see that continuing. I mean, he's going to be him and Stu and are going to be right there. Josh Strang, and then I would love to see more competition at the top step.
Sure.
And so I'm hoping those guys start bringing it because, well, they can and they have the ability to. And
Well, I think there's a lot of guys who could win an XC1 right now. Obviously.
Well, Stewart wasn't. He was only. I forget. He was right there at the last race. He wasn't
Yeah.
far behind.
Yeah, obviously, you got your Caleb Russells and Thad Duvall. They could definitely win. Stu's proven he could win.
Yeah.
I feel like Grant could win if he had a good day.
No, I mean Grant's there. I mean
Trevor's there. Bollinger.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of guys there. I love seeing top step competition.
I just want to see someone beat Caleb at this point. He's won it so many times. I think he's going on like his 6th year in a row, something like that.
Yes.
7th year, I don't know, something like that.
But no, that's it'll be interesting for sure. So that's what's going on. If you're out west, which I don't think I'm much of a West Coast show, but if you're watching, the National Hare and Hound is over in Utah. And then locally, we've talked about the Missouri Hare Scramble a few times.
Oh, yeah.
That's in Kilburn Woods.
I'll be there.
Where is that? You go to Bolivar. It's just south of Bolivar, Highway Y, east 2 miles. It's an awesome place. It's probably it's my second home.
I love that track. It's a fantastic track.
I have a love-hate relationship. I've had some of my harder crashes there.
Really?
Yeah.
I believe it.
There's a few routes that just like me a little too much.
Yeah, that one side of the property is very rocky. And
Well,
rutted.
my hardest route crash hasn't been over there.
Oh, really? It's been in the faster stuff?
No, yeah, that's why it was so hard. I caught a route, and it sent me off the trail, and I did it. It was kind of neat with my GoPro. You could see it, like my chest hit the tree, and then and I went down. You could just see my bike just miss the tree and just go
Well, then.
So I was trying to do some English, try to keep my bike where it should be, and it was like kind of knocked the wind out of me, and then you start thinking about why am I doing this? And I had one of those events this last weekend too, and so, but yeah, so that's that, and then handlebars came loose there in the Hillbilly.
Oh no!
Yeah, the Hillbilly round 1. They had 2 Hillbilly races there this past year. But no, that's like my home away from home. Home track would be Hardwood Hills. Number 2 would be Kilburn Woods for sure. They won't do that's a really fun back on the back side of the property, the creek section.
Oh yeah.
I wish they would put that in there more often than they do. But obviously this weekend with the amount of rain would begin.
I've only rode it one time.
Yeah. And then
out of all the years I've raced there, I've ridden it once.
The only other part I'd like to see a little more often is the motocross track, but they always keep us off of it.
Yeah, I know.
At least the whoops or something,
I just wish they would, because he has the one bigger tabletop. I mean, it's a tabletop, it's not like a big double.
He's had us go up it and you come down off the side or something like that, but it's never straight over it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be idiots like me that well, no, I wouldn't do that. It would go way too fast, I guess. I don't know, but and then just the upkeep of it, I guess you may not want to deal with it. But that would be cool, putting the motocross truck on there. And then of course, I heard they're going to be having the Pit Dad 50 race this weekend.
Ooh.
We need to work on that somehow. I don't know how to get that to happen, but we need that. Zach Neal, I bet I think Zach I heard is that 50 concrete racing. Heard he's quite the beast on that.
He is very, very talented individual, you could say.
Actually, I've seen him do a backflip on a pit bike.
I have as well.
Well, I haven't seen it personally.
The video. Yes.
There we are.
Very talented individual on a motorcycle.
Yes, we are. And then some other racing we have going on is the Arkansas Hare Scramble. They're going on down at Hot Springs, and then also the Arkansas Cross Country is having the Black Rock race. So that's one thing I wanted to share with you all. So if you're all still watching this, I got a little thing I wanted to share with you guys. So if you go to my Facebook page, which is not there anywhere, let's see, where the heck is it? Well, let's just go to my Facebook page. If you're watching on YouTube, what I'm showing you or on Facebook is if you go to my Facebook page, Y Rush Racing, let's click on that link there. And then you scroll down. I have it pinned to the top right now, in fact. I have a pretty cool little spreadsheet that I use to kind of keep up with what's going on at the racing. Have you seen the spreadsheet before, Ian?
I have. I have actually.
So Ian's not in for a treat because he knows about it. But it's a Google document, so I can update it and do whatever. And so what it is, so if you're watching live, you can see it now, is...
How long did it take you to do all this?
Way too much. Way too much. But... let's go over the series over there. All right, so we got the Hillbilly GP, which is over now, the Missouri Hare Scramble, the Blackjack, the Moore, the Forward Motion, the Arkansas Cross Country, the OMA, the Okie Sprints, and then the Arkansas Hare Scrambles. So that's all I'm calling them local series, right?
Yeah.
So I have that, and I have their webpage and their Facebook all linked there. And then I got the national series. So we got the American Hard Enduro, the National Enduro, the GNCC, the Sprint Enduros, the National Hare and Hounds, the Big Six, which I think has actually no longer the Big Six. It's transferred into some other kind of name. The Works, and then actually the Enduro Cross, which I don't think I have the dates in there yet. So with that, though, I have all those series in the spreadsheet, and you can sort it up top or whatever by series, by date, by name, location, how far it is from Springfield, Missouri. And then, it takes you all the way through the end of the year. So that's how I know what's going on. So like this weekend, we have the GNCC, the Big Six, the National Hare and Hound, and whatever else I just mentioned. What we don't have going on this weekend is the Okie Sprint or the Blackjack that was co-sanctioned at Fry Lake, some place in Oklahoma. So not happening. Too much rain.
Too much rain.
So
sad day.
I was going to actually try to get a work average.
There you go.
There, but no more. So hopefully it's rescheduled for a day I can actually make. That's what I'm kind of nervous about. So I'm going out of country here in a few months, and then traveling here in a few weeks. So hopefully it's not on those weekends. So who knows? Ian, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me, sir. I appreciate it.
And then No Bad Days Films. That's Ian Hanners. You can find him on YouTube, Instagram. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like.
I would really appreciate it.
He would appreciate it. I'd appreciate it. And you can also follow, subscribe, whatever that stuff is to Enduro Talk. But if you want to find it, look for Y Rush Racing on all that. So, been good. Thank you, Ian.
Thank you for having me.
Charlie Hawkins. Well, hold on. Let's get back to the screen here because I usually use this for the thumbnail. This is Charlie Hawkins. Ian Hanners signing out. Bye.
There you go.